Hey Dragon Slayers. So, today's video is about the wild lie about wheat, part 4. I suggest that you all do as Dr. Berry does. These days, he rarely eats wheat at all. If pizza is the only choice available at a meal, he eats the toppings and leaves the crust behind. He orders meatballs and the sauce and has the server hold the noodles on the side, like not have the noodles at all if he happens to order pasta. His health and weight have responded remarkably well to this way of eating. He went from being an obese doctor who told his patients to lose weight to a doctor who leads by example when it comes to his waistline. Sometimes he does eat an occasional treat of something containing wheat, but he's fully aware that it's just a treat. It isn't real food for nourishment for his body. So, some additional resources that I recommend you guys check out. It's apparently going to take most doctors another decade or two to catch up on their reading when it comes to wheat and its negative effects on human health. Therefore, you can help your doctor start to catch up on this important information after reading these two excellent suggestions. The first book is called Wheat Belly: Lose the Wheat, Lose the Weight, and Find Your Path Back to Health by William Davis, MD. This one was published in 2014. Dr. Davis does an excellent job of breaking down the arguments and exposing the flawed science that has fooled modern medicine about this topic. The second book that Dr. Berry recommends you check out is called Grain Brain: The Surprising Truth About Wheat, Carbs, and Sugar, Your Brain's Silent Killers by David Perlmutter, MD. It was published in 2013. Dr. Perlmutter presents overwhelming reasoning for why you should get wheat out of your life, your belly, and your brain. So I can tell you guys from my own personal experience that, any sort of processed carbohydrate is just not going to be good for you. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, you do want to avoid all carbs of any kind in general. But I've noticed for my own blood sugar, if I eat wheat of any kind, like bread, dough, pasta, it definitely spikes my blood sugar more than if I were to, say, eat potatoes of the same variety, right? Everybody's blood sugar is going to react differently to different foods. So if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, I highly recommend that you just avoid carbs like the plague. You can have them on occasion, which is why I always tell you guys to monitor, find out which foods work best for you. And you want to have a lifestyle where sweets have never really been my issue. I've never really struggled with dessert. It wasn't sugar, it was the carbohydrates. And so when I learned to look at potatoes or wheat or rice as equivalent as cakes, cookies, and pies, it changed my entire worldview, because you don't think of these things as dessert. So I do on occasion have potato chips, very rarely, but instead of eating a cookie, I'll have the potato chip. And the potato chip is my dessert, quote unquote. So good tips to life. And we're going to continue going down the road and exploring more common misconceptions. But that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel out. And remember, guys, that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.